All right, it is another wonderful Wednesday with Sushi's World's best of the battle of the best scrimmage for tonight. If I can get that out, if I can say that clearly, we'll be okay. We've got some really good teams in here tonight. We've got some teams that I have not yet seen. So we've got some new teams. We've got some returning teams. We've got teams that have participated in these scrimmages before. We'll see how these teams hold up. Our very first match is going to be Erangel. Erangel being kind of that first map that everybody gets, everybody likes. Gives a very wide range of different play styles. Long range, mid range, short range. You're going to see it all in here. So this map is going to be a very slow, steady, but yet very fast paced. We do have a really good flight path as well. It's coming out of the south of Kamishki, just east of Yasnaya Polyana, all the way down to Primorsk. Got some good places for these teams to jump down, loot up, grab what they need. They've got Yasnaya Polyana right off the bat here. Very high place for these teams to jump down. Might see one or two teams go there. Might see some teams go to a school and or Pachinki. Might see a couple of teams go out towards Razak area. But with also military base as well being in this flight path, might see a couple teams go there. We also have Severny that's out there just a little ways from the flight path. Could very well see a couple teams go out in that way. There's, again, a lot of good places for these teams to jump down, loot up, grab what they need. And our very first zone, starting off, is going to be kind of the southeast area, still keeping Razak, School, Pachinki in play for these teams. So we'll see how these teams play out, if they're going to stay inside the zone or if we're going to see a lot of teams kind of go outside the zone towards like Georgia Pool, Shooting Range, Severny. We've got teams already down on ground. Looks like we're going to have Team 17, MANIC. They're already down on ground. They do have one elimination really quickly here. That was a very quick fight. Heading over to Team 16, NeverMind Esports. They've already lost one of their members, so we can definitely see that MANIC is going to already get that elimination off of that team. We do have as well, we had a team up here in a fight with Team 7. And Team 7 is going to be, remember, they have one of their members that has been dropped. Now, the rest of the team is across the bridge up there a little ways, kind of towards towards Severny, with Team 9 that has already lost a member really quickly, Team 9 Sentinels. And we've got teams already fighting really quickly here inside of Pachinki. We're going to drop down here inside Pachinki, where we have a Team 8 Real Gunners Esports with an elimination on the board for them. They also have in the Pachinki area inside with them is going to be Team 6 Death Wish. And they are down a member already, so they're going to be pushing forward here as a team of 3. As Real Gunners are pushing really hard inside the building. Real Gunners has a member down. 2 members have been eliminated, and they are down. It looks like they may be down and out right there. Deathwish coming out hard, swinging there with 4 eliminations already on the board for the team, and they're going to be controlling Pachinki now. All right, we've got 3 teams that are right here. In this, we've got Team 22. That is going to be Viltrumite. They got a member down as already. And they do have 4 eliminations on the board as well. And they're getting that revive, so they're going to be sitting nicely here, being a full team. And Team 20, Vengeance, already they are down just to a solo player. Fear, the last one that's going to be still standing for the team. They do have one elimination, so we're going to definitely see Fear here, more than likely. Play the zone, play it safe, trying to get the team up there in that top 10. Moving right up in towards Severny. Where it looks like Remember have moved up there into that area. And Sentinels that are out there just a little ways. Looks like they're kind of scattered out a little bit. Doing a little bit of looting in different places. We've got a team inside Viltrumite-vlt, Team 4. R2D. They are here in Viltrumite-vlt. They do have the entire area to themselves, so they are going to be able to loot up and grab exactly what they need very peacefully without any distractions of any other teams coming in. Team 21, starting match number 1, only the best. They do have a team of 3, so we'll see how well they hold up to these full squads. Entity Gaming kind of scattered out. They are kind of in the Gatka area. Looks like we've got one of their team members, Hunter, is actually pushing kind of towards the hospital area, grabbing the little buildings along the way. And then Team 3, Elite Battalions, down there in the Ferry Pier area, grabbing, staying really close to the coastline there. And Team 18, Moist, definitely has a really good place here. They did kind of push towards the south side of military base, so they're going to be able to kind of loot up towards military base if this zone does decide to shift across the water. We still have 17 teams that remain. And we already have 3 teams that have been eliminated, so this is just match number 1. We do have 3 more matches ahead. And the zone does shift. Here is the next zone. It is kind of stand towards the south side, kind of towards the military base. So these teams that are out there a little bit farther, not going to have very far to travel. The teams that are still kind of close inside the farm, the Milta area, the shelter, they're not going to have to rotate too much. The rest of these teams are going to be pushing into zone. Let's head right on into Team 22. They've 4 eliminations. We did see them pick up those 4 earlier in the very early on in the match. They're now down to being a team of 3 with Elite Battalions. Elite Battalion is getting that revive. This should keep them being a full squad. We also got teams going on over in the farm area. We'll have to go check those out if we don't miss it. Let's quickly grab over there. And it is going to be Team 5, TenIQesports. They are up to 1 elimination, so heading back over with the Team 22. They are a team of 3. The Elite Battalion's a full squad. We have seen Viltrumite Team 22 in a few matches from last week. We did see them. They did hold their own. They did start out as a full squad, but we have seen them hold their own as they do get down to like team team of 3 and even a duo team, they do perform really well under pressure. And we have Dope Esports. They're sitting almost inside the center zone, so they're not going to need to rotate too much. But they are currently sitting with 0 eliminations, and they do have plenty of time to get those elims for the team. MANIC is in trouble. They are down to, looks like they're going to be down to a duo if they can get the revive. But it's going to be extremely hard to get to that revive because there is no way off of that roof at all. So Ninja is down and out. So MANIC have been eliminated very quickly here. Sentinels up to 4 eliminations with a team of 3. They do have, it looks like they do have team 7 that's rolling off in the distance. Doesn't look like team 7 is going to engage there, but we do have one. Mumu's was getting some shots in there, but decided to kind of rotate around. Let's see if they do stay there. Mumu's definitely kind of staying back there a little bit. Looks like Team 22 now kind of in a little trouble here. They are going to be kind of sitting as a duo, as a solo, but it was very quickly taken out. So Team 22 has been eliminated, and Elite Battalions are going to get that revive, keeping them up to a full squad with 3 eliminations. Entity Gaming, 2 of their members have been knocked now. They are definitely a little bit in trouble here. And it looks like they have very well quickly been taken out by Deathwish. Deathwish now up to 6 eliminations. They are definitely coming in here and bringing the heat for match number 1 here. And currently, they do have the most eliminations currently here for match number 1, but they are still plenty of time for other teams to get more eliminations. All right, our zone shifts up just a little bit more, still keeping Pachinki in the play for these teams. Very well could see a Pachinki all-out battle there inside Pachinki for the final zone. We also may even see a wide open area. Dope Esports is still up there with 3 eliminations and a full squad. They are going to be rotating around there. Deathwish are getting a few shots in. They looks like they were taking a little bit of hits there, but they do need to be extremely careful with Elite Battalions. That's a little ways off, but far enough that they could move in very quickly here. And Invincible getting some shots in does look like they do get a little bit of damage. Rev gets tagged just a little bit. And looks like a Rev is trying to move some vehicles around, which is a great. This does allow the team to be able to quickly move out of the area. Team 12, Twin. And they are down to, very well, could be down just to a solo. Control is down. Let's see, 99 may not be able to get to the revive in time. Doesn't look like it. Does kind of hold up a nice little position here on top of the hill. All right, our zone is about to shift here very quickly. All right, we've got quite a few teams that are. We got a team here. We've got team 18 to Moist, still full squad of. They do have team 15. Dope Esports is in the area with them, but it looks like they're right outside is also going to be team 7. Remember, so they're going to, looks like Remember could be trying to get those third-party kills here. Moist very well is definitely in trouble. They have 3 of their members completely knocked. She is the last one, kind of still standing. Remember rolling in really quickly here. So let's see how this plays out. And Dope Esports may be getting the eliminations here. They are up to 8 eliminations. And we got 11 teams that remain. So Dope Esports with 8 eliminations. Deathwish with 6. Sentinels with 8 eliminations. Got some really good teams in here that are definitely putting some points on the board. All right, the Dope Esports does take the zone, so they're going to be able to hold that zone down and kind of wait it out for these other teams. Deathwish up to still 6 eliminations, and they are now down to being a duo. Looks like a Bunny's going to try to go in, maybe try to get a third-party kills here. We'll see how this works out. Bunny making their way up. Gets dropped. It had a 224 insights, but was not able to get the drop. Team 22-0 Fox given. They got 1 elimination. They did start this first match off being a team of 3. And for them to be in the top 10 already, they are definitely holding their own with just being a team of 3. All right, Sentinels very well, quickly moving in. Looks like they're going to go for the full team wipe here, and they do. They're now up to 11 eliminations. Flow and Home Depot putting those points, elimination points, on the board for the team. And TenIQ trying to make their way in with a Dope Esports is right there. Looks like they're going to hold the only hard building that's left in the zone. So these teams that are going to be moving in are going to be kind of out there in the open. You got Sentinels that are there with the Dope Esports along with R2D. Alright, R2D is going to be down to 3 members. Looks like they are completely been eliminated there. Sentinels definitely holding strong here with being a duo team. Gets dropped. Flow is down. Can Home Depot get the revive? This is going to keep Sentinels both being that duo. Home Depot coming in definitely gets a kill there, a confirmed kill that is going to be should be bringing them up to 14 eliminations. We have 5 teams remain in a very little zone that is left. All right, TenIQ still holding strong, being a full squad. All right, this zone is quickly moving in. So these teams that are outside that zone are going to need to very well quickly push in because the zone is going to be hurting a lot. So we're might see these teams go out to zone. We do see a few of them kind of do go out to zone. We are down to 4 teams remain. Just now, just that quick, we did have team 21, only the best, kind of roll in and get eliminated as they are rolling in by Sentinels. Let's see, that's going to bring them up to 16 eliminations. 3 teams remain. Elite Battalion holding strong with, I believe, still a full squad. They do have 5 eliminations. They are up there on the hill, so this does kind of help them out just a little bit. But it looks like they're going to need to be pushing down towards Dope Esports and Sentinels that are still holding really strong, being with 16 eliminations and a duo team. The Elite Battalions, they've got the manpower. Are rolling in, does get a molly out, but does get tagged quite quickly there by Home Depot. Flow goes right into Elite Battalion and is quickly eliminated. Home Depot, the last one, still stands for Sentinels and is eliminated. 2 teams remain. Elite Battalions with being a full squad. And they are quickly dropping that now down to just 2. They may be down and out here. MVP, maybe the last one still stands. Can he get a clutch here? Alright, Dope Esports now outnumbers, but they do have 15 eliminations. This is a 2v1. MVP definitely thought about getting up there, trying to get that revive to make it a 2v2, but it is going to be extremely hard. Liability trying to get over. Liability is down and out. It is going to be up to MVP. Can he get it? And is it quickly taken out? Very nice too. Dope Esports taking that chicken to dinner for match number 1. Elite Battalions coming in second. Sentinels coming in third. Only the Best coming in fourth. TenIQ coming in fifth. Straight at Nepal coming in sixth. R2D coming in seventh. Twin coming in eighth. Zero Fox Given coming in ninth. Deathwish coming in 10th. And we'll figure out who Team 11 is. Who's Jen. Jen coming in 11th. Remember coming in 12th. Moist coming in 13th. Oh, Jen, Team 11. Coming in late is going to be Genius Esports. Entity Gaming coming in 15th. Alright, that is it for match number 1. We'll quickly get you here into match number 3 here as quickly as we can. Hang tight with us. All right, match number 2. We're going to be here in Myanmar. Now, Myanmar being one of the larger land maps, we will definitely see a very change of pace for these teams. We're going to more than likely see a lot of these teams kind of slow down and wait it out a little bit because it is a large map. A lot of good places for these teams, again, to get down, loot up, suit up, grab what they need, and then take on fights as it does come. There are a lot of high places. You've got the San Martin Hacienda, the power grid mountaintop here that does oversee Picado. You do have the San Martin hilltop that overlooks Hacienda. Got some good other places that are very high hilltops for these snipers to get on top. So these teams are going to have to pay attention to what's out there a little bit farther, kind of towards that 250, 300 meters away, because you could be sniped and never know where that bullet is coming from until it's too late. Now, starting off with our flight path here, it's going to be kind of the northwest corner, coming all the way down, passing Los Llanos, kind of out towards that the south side, the coastline of Los Llanos, down towards, we've got San Martin, Hacienda, Water Treatment, El Pozo. We've got some good places, Picado, Los Llanos as well as right here in this flight path. May see some teams that jump towards Los Llanos, maybe Impala, kind of getting away from the flight path. We might see them kind of go out to El Alzar, maybe even out as far as the Campo Militar out there. You never know where the zone is going to go, so we're going to see a lot of teams kind of spread out a little bit. And our very first zone is going to be kind of that very center area. So definitely going to see a lot of teams kind of jump into the Hacienda Picado area. We have 2 teams down and 3 teams going down into Picado. And it looks like we've got 2 teams kind of going down into Hacienda, maybe a third kind of going out there. Got a few teams going into Los Llanos. We'll keep an eye on a lot of these teams as they are jumping in some hot spots. Already a fight here. in Hacienda. Elite Battalion is a member down already. Dope Esports. Very quickly, right off the bat, looks like they are going to be doing a hard push. They are down a member, so they're going to be up against Elite Battalions, who are, I believe, as well going to be a team of 3. If they can get that revive, it would be a team of 4, full squad. So currently right now here in Hacienda, it is going to be very hot for these two teams. It is a 3v3. And here comes the sandstorm. So both of these teams are going to need to be getting inside of a building. Bar is stuck outside and it was not able to get revived and was quickly taken out by the sandstorm, but was already hurting a lot there. So the Elite Battalions are going to be moving forward, being a team of 3 now. Team 22 Viltrumite, they are in a Psychoz along with Team 10 and Genius Esports. And a team of 16 and NeverMind. And Genesis starting this match off being a full squad, which is from last match they did gain another person, so looks like they're going to be a full squad. Our first match they did start out being like either a team of 3 or a duo team, but definitely held their own. "19 teams remain already. And Elite Battalions have been eliminated from match number 2 here. Alright, these teams are kind of staying to themselves. They are kind of in some good places, some good buildings, looting the entire buildings as a whole. As a team, they are moving together. So we'll keep an eye on our teams here inside Psychoz. Right before we were starting to go somewhere, we did see some action, and it looks like Outta with Genesis is down. And Genius Esports is going to be now sitting as a team of 3. And the Viltrumite are going to be sitting as a team of 3 as well. And NeverMind, full squad. We'll see how they can do against these both of these teams that are a team of 3 here. All right, Gurg making a nice little push up. Oh, and gets taken down. Viltrums are definitely holding the stairwell very nicely. Ooh, Gur gets taken down again. Very quick push. Alright, they're going to try to get the revive here. Doesn't look like going for that revive. They are definitely... Team 22 may be already down to a solo here. Tiz coming in with a clutch there for the team, getting those eliminations nicely done, and GG's. And Tiz definitely got that full squad elimination there. Genesis just on the other side, out the window in a whole nother building. So Tiz is going to be going against Genesis. That is going to be a full squad, team of 3 here. Let's check on some other of our teams. Like I said, this is going to be kind of a very slow and steady. Some of these teams are going to kind of take it nice and easy and try to get in that top 10. We've already gotten 2 of our teams completely eliminated. Headed over to straight out of Nepal. They have 0 eliminations currently, but they could very well easily get the elimination for real gunners. Bama Boys is down. Doesn't look like they're going to try to get the revive. All right, straight out Paul now has up to 1 elimination. We got a 0 given. They are a team of 3 starting match number 2. So we'll see how they can hold up to these teams that are still remaining. They're going to be full squads. And 10IQ sitting as a duo. Definitely in trouble here, as a MANIC are definitely making a hard push. And MANIC coming in, getting rid of 10IQ. They're now up to 3 eliminations. After Freedom, a Team 11. They are up to 1 elimination they're up to 1 elimination, still sitting as a full squad. All right, our zone. Here's our very next zone. It is keeping the Hacienda del in that area, so we very well could see quite a few teams kind of get on the San Martin Hill that is going to be overlooking Hacienda. As these teams do kind of make their way in, very well could see teams that kind of go towards these hilltops that are just on the outskirts of Hacienda, giving them that high point where they can overlook inside the city there. Ooh, very nice grenade by NG there. Definitely was able to get a nice little drop, but steps out and is quickly taken out. MANIC are now up to 5 eliminations. And it looks like they've got the sandstorm that is coming into them very quickly, so they're going to need to roll out of here. Try to find a place to hold up because that sandstorm is moving very, very quickly. After Freedom, they are holding up inside the building. MANIC kind of driving right on by. All right, we have 13 teams that still remain for match number 2. Mufasa is down. Venom is down as well. MANIC definitely kind of pushed in really quickly as soon as that sandstorm did pass on by. After Freedom is in trouble, Simba trying to hold it down and is quickly taken out. MANIC's coming in with 9 eliminations now. They have completely eliminated After Freedom. 12 teams remain, and we are getting into a very tiny zone. We are now going to start to see a lot of these quick fights, a lot of these teams that are going to start building up and being right on top of each other. Deathwish up there on the hill overlooking Hacienda as well, but right behind them, as you can see, is going to be Entity Gaming here that is going to be pushing in. My apologies. That's going to be Team 9. That's going to be Sentinels. That's going to be right behind Deathwish there. MANIC getting another elimination, putting them up to 10 eliminations. Dope Esports up to 6 eliminations, and they are sitting. Now they're up to 7 with it just being a team of 3. R2D rolling in as well. Still got a few teams that are going to be outside in that out there in that blue zone that are going to be making their way in. Looks like 0 given. Has lost a member, one of their members to the zone. $224 has been knocked. There's no way that Buzz is going to be able to get that revive. Buzz is going to be keeping it moving forward, trying to find a good place to park his bus, and is taken out. All right, we are down to just 10 teams. We got quite a few teams that are still outside the very next zone. Only the best. Currently 0 eliminations, and they still have plenty of time to be able to get those eliminations. But they are going to be sitting as a team of 3, as they are going to be making their way into zone. R2D now down to just being a duo team. And a Sick Boy is moving into zone. Q666 has been eliminated. Sick Boy is going to be the last one. Still stands with, remember, right up the hill from him. And very quickly approaching is going to be a Team 19 Entity Gaming that's going to be moving in. Maybe they are trying to get those third-party kills. All right, Ace rotating around. 7 teams remain. Only the best sitting inside the zone. These teams, they are gonna be covered up here. We're about to see so many quick fights here amongst these 7 teams that are still remaining for match number 2. Deathwish holding down some of the hard buildings. Dope getting hit here, and they are very quickly there, been eliminated. 5 teams remain. Straight in Nepal with 8 eliminations. They do have a member that has been dropped. Looks like they may be potentially having 2 here. KC DBS in hand very quickly goes out. 4 teams remain. Deathwish, remember, Entity Gaming, and only the best are the last teams that are remaining here. And it looks like Remember is going to be absolutely in trouble here. Lami, she's the last one, still stands. And DBS in hand, and it is very well quickly taken out. Now we're down to just 3 teams that remain. Entity Gaming with a team of 4, and Deathwish as well being a team of 4. This could be an all-out 4v4. Only the best kind of sliding in, being a duo team. We could very well see them hold their own here and take out full squads. Zone is pushing out both of... Alright, it is a all-out 4v4, 2 teams that remain. Entity Gaming has kind of a downhill advantage here, but they do have enough cover that they could probably, more than likely, kind of slide in closer to Deathwish. Nita with a grenade throws it down the hill. Does get a little bit of damage on a couple members. Nexus OP hurt. Neto is down. Ooh, that was a beautiful grenade that was being thrown uphill. Deathwish now down to a duo. Lambo kind of up there on the front line as a Bunny does start to make their way in. That zone quickly closing. This is a 2v2. Can Entity Gaming get this clutch? Can they take it out? And they do. Nicely done. Entity Gaming coming in first. Deathwish coming in second. Only the best coming in third. Remember coming in fourth. Straight out of Nepal coming in fifth. Dope coming in sixth. Sentinels coming in seventh. R2D coming in eighth. MANIC coming in ninth. Real Gunners coming in 10th. Zero Given coming in 11th. Genius Esports coming in 12th. After Freedom coming in 13th. Twin coming in 14th. Viltrumite coming in 15th. Mid coming in 16th. Moist coming in 17th. TenIQ coming in 18th. NeverMind coming in 19th. And Elite Battalions coming in 20th. Going all out with 5 eliminations. Nicely done. Zola with the best companion with 2 revives. And that is it for match number 2. We've got 2 more matches. We'll get you into match number 3 here momentarily. Hang tight with us. All right, match number 3. We're here back in Erangel. So far, we have definitely seen a lot of good fights from these teams. Definitely a lot of these 2v4 teams, and then teams coming in, clutching the win for their team at the last minute. And also a lot of these teams with heavy hitters, the top, with fraggers that are going out, getting those eliminations for the team, and getting points on the board. And we do have a east to west flight path, kind of that more of that northern side up there, but we still have Yasnaya Polyana, Raza School. This time we have the hospital, Georgia Pool area in this flight path. These places are going to be some extremely hot drops for these teams. So teams that jump there are going to have to quickly find weapons, gear, and loot up, suit up as quickly as they can and be able to take the fights on as they are come in those areas. We might see a lot of these teams kind of push out towards the Georgia Pool, maybe even out to Severny. But a lot of our teams have jumped here right off the bat. So we may see some teams go down towards the farm Milta area. Maybe even some teams kind of jump down, grab a vehicle, and then move out to the military base. We'll see where these teams go as they do descend down in our first zone. Is going to be kind of that center area, but still kind of keeping that southeast corner of the map still in play. So very well could see a lot of these teams kind of just kind of jump down, stay in the area. We already do have MANIC with a member already down here. Let's go check it out. With that elimination, that is going to be very well quickly putting NeverMind on the point with point boards there. Sando is down, but is it going to be revived very quickly here? We got Dope in the area. We got 3 teams over in the school apartments. Let's go jump in with them. Vengeance in the school apartments area with 1 elimination. We got Team 12 Twins. And then we have Genius Esports. And Twin are down a member. They are going to be pushing forward, being a team of 3 here. Not very many teams jumped inside Pachinki, so let's go check out the team that is there, which is going to be Death Wish. Death Wish right now is currently going to have Pachinki to themselves, but we do have a member of it. Team 8. Real Gunners looks like they're kind of moving in. NeverSide kind of by themselves. NeverSide is the last one still standing for Team 8. Real Gunners. Let's see if he can hold his own. Nice, gets a hit on Lambo. And decides to get out of there. Definitely a very smart move. Was able to get that drop. This is going to be putting the team in a position where they do have to try to rotate and get the revive. I am MANIC up to 1 elimination already. Now we've got Dope and NeverMind, kind of in the South Georgia pool area. And a NeverMind with a member down. So they're going to be a team of 3 here. Having it taking a push, potentially got a drop there. Alright, Dope is in trouble. Havoc and Dope, but both of those members are down. Can Dope get the revives? Very nice there. There was able to... Phone getting the revives there on both members. A star is down, but in the process does get a member of NeverMind down. NeverMind are hurting tremendously here. They are all low in health. This could be it for NeverMind. NeverMind down and out very quickly here. And they're going to be our 3rd team out for tonight on match number 3. Twin are down and out. After Freedom are as well as down and out, and Long and Genius Esports are down. We're down to 16 teams that remain. MANIC being a duo team as they are moving forward. Real Gunners never sides. Last one that still stands. Vengeance with 3 eliminations, a team of 3 with, excuse me, 4 eliminations, and they are sitting as a team of 3. All right, our teams are going to be rotating in here. Zero given. Again, starting out, being a team of 3, but they have definitely held their own for the past 2 matches of just being a team of 3. Atlas coming in, was able to snatch a kill there for the team. Alright, 10 IQ very well quickly getting out of there. They are a duo here. With it just 16 teams remain, our teams are scattered out quite a bit here. And Karate getting some shots in. You may see something here with R2D. They're very close here with Sentinels, and once again, with it dropping, let's see if we can get you back in here. R2D with 2 of their members that are still alive, and Sentinels that are just definitely in shooting distance here. And they are sitting as a full squad. And Shizu may be getting some shit. Definitely pointing out there. Looks like they're going to be getting rotating into zone here. We have quite a few teams that are still out there in the blue zone area. All right, we've got Moist. That is definitely out there in that blue zone. They are battling the blue zone with it being a duo team, 0 eliminations. Our zone shifts, keeping a School and Rozek in the zone. Sentinels have a really good place here. They are on the School hilltop that is overlooking both School and Rozek. And a Dope Esports over in the School. And we have only the best with 1 elimination. And they're going to be sitting as a team of 3 once they get that revive. And Vengeance with the 4 eliminations. Team of 3. This is going to be a 3v3 here in the school apartments. And a drag getting tagged there just a little bit from Dope, I believe. And here's our very next zone. Is going to be the kind of the school and the surrounding area. Got a couple good places for these teams to kind of hold up. And Kiyoshi with that elimination for Moist. "13 teams remain. We still got a few teams. We got several teams that are outside of the next zone. We got quite a few inside the zone. Entity holding it in, trying to get into zone here. And transmission, trying to find a good angle, good place to be able to. Havoc laying down a little bit of fire there. Don't think they got any hit points. Havoc trying to find. Alright, a bad boy trying to get out of that area, looks like. Going right in towards Elite Battalion. Nice drop by bad boys. Elite Battalions are going to be down and out. Straight out of Nepal with 8 eliminations. And they are sitting as that full squad as the zone is starting to close in. Oliver is down. And nicely done. D-Flight coming in with a clutch there and is able to potentially get a revive. And that D-Flat goes out to, looks like it's gonna go out to zone. Dope now up to 6 eliminations, still sitting as a full squad as they are moving into the last couple zones. Looks like Dope is going to be the last team that is still going to be a full squad. Now, can they pull out a chicken to dinner for match 3? Ooh. Dope was definitely waiting there. We're now down to 4 teams that remain. Dope, he does have the kind of the only building set of hard buildings that is going to be providing them a little bit of cover. Alright, T's 07. Very nice. T's definitely pushing in. Does get those confirmed kills right before going out. Dope is now up to 11 eliminations. They definitely came out to this scrimmage tonight, definitely wanting it, and they are right now a team to be a reckoning with. Alright, we are down to 2 teams that are remaining. Nicely done for match number 3. Dope coming out with that chicken dinner. Only the best coming in second. Viltrumite coming in third. Entity coming in fourth. It's straight out of Nepal coming in fifth. Real Gunners coming in sixth. Vengeance coming in 7th. Sentinels coming in 8th. Elite Battalion coming in 9th. R2D coming in 10th. Remember coming in 11th. Death Wish coming in 12th. Moist coming in 13th. TenIQ coming in 14th. MANIC coming in 15th. Zero Given coming in 16th. After Freedom coming in 17th. NeverMind coming in 18th. Genesis coming in 19th. And Twin coming in 20th. going all out with 7 eliminations goes to Dope. Best companion with 3 rescues. Phony coming in with the best companion. All right, that is for match number 3. We'll get you here as quickly as we can to match number 4. Y'all hang tight. All right. Our last match for tonight for the Sushi's World Battle of the Best scrimmage here on Wednesday. Elite Battalions looks like they're gonna be starting in this match off just being a team of 3, and we are here in Sandhawk, and Sandhawk is gonna be one of the smaller land maps. So now, from the previous first 3 matches, we saw Erangel, Myanmar, Erangel. Those maps slightly a little bit bigger, a little more land mass, a little bit, so it gave that opportunity for those teams to kind of rotate around, grab what they needed. Sandhawk being a very small land map now is going to be made for with a quick fights. You can get to just about anywhere with any flight path. The flight path we have is coming out of docks, going all the way up through Camp Alpha, Boot Camp, Paradise Resort, Pan Am. These 3 places are going to be extremely hot. We've got Paradise Resort that's going to be a hot spot. We got Boot Camp that's going to be a hot spot. Looks like we've already got about 4 teams that are moving inside the Boot Camp. We'll jump over there with them here momentarily. And we got Pan Am, which we have 1 team there that is currently inside of Pan Am. Few teams kind of scattered out a little bit, but we've got Hacienda as well. Did not see that going to be a very hot spot, but we've got 4 teams up there, so we'll keep an eye on this. But let's jump in with NeverMind, where they have already lost one of the members. They do have an elimination. We have quite a few teams that are here in this side of Boot Camp. We have Death Wish, we have Remember, we have Genesis, we have NeverMind that are all here inside of Boot Camp. NeverMind may be in trouble here, but they are very quickly pushing here onto Genius Esports. Gura is down. It looks like it's all going to be up to... And they are quickly down and out. NeverMind was quickly eliminated there. Genius Esports being a duo here. If they can get that revive, they do have 3 eliminations for the team. Alright, Fu coming in with a grenade. Would have been a really good grenade. It looks like it did kind of struggle there to get down the stairs. Fu kind of backs off there a little bit, but had his teammate come in. Nicely done. It looks like Remember are up to 7 eliminations already. And MANIC, it looks like MANIC is going to be trying to move in from the south side of Boot Camp. Remember is now going to be the controlled team that is going to be in the side of Boot Camp. Have to see if they will actually hold that down before the zone changes, if any other teams are going to be moving in. Let's heading up to Tahina, where we had our 3 teams up here as well. Entity with 1 member down and been eliminated. They are going to be a team of 3 here. And Twin with 0 eliminations currently, but is sitting as a full squad. Hell Tournament with 1 elimination, and they are going to be a full squad here. R2D trying to move in a little bit there. K-Lord. Alright, our first zone is going to be that northwest corner. Sentinels with 8 eliminations already up there on the board. They came out swinging really quickly here. Was able to, looks like they have eliminated at least 2 full teams. After Freedom, 0 eliminations, and they are down to just a duo fairly quickly here. Real Gunners with 2 eliminations, a full squad doing. Alright, Entity hurting just a little bit. They are getting that revive, so they're going to be back up to a team of 3 here. Alright, Vengeance out there in that blue zone. They are rotating and making their way in here into the zone. We do have quite a few. Alright, Sentinels down. They do have 1 member that is still alive. The other 2 have been knocked. Walmart trying to get in for a revive. Will they be able to make it in time for these revives? And Walmart still trying to push into zone. We've got straight out of Nepal as well in the blue zone. It looks like Twin is going to be a team of 3. Hopefully their member will come back and keeping them that full squad. And here is our very next zone. Definitely going to need to have, some of these teams are going to be needing to push in. So it could be very well, we could see teams kind of camp these little bridges or bridges here that are leading into the Camp Alpha area. Alright, only the best does have the holding down one of the bridges that is leading into the Camp Alpha area. May see a few teams kind of take that bridge, but we very well could see some of these teams take these little bridges here and move right on into zone. Alright, straight up Hall, full squad. With 4 eliminations. Nicely done. They just got done eliminating one of those teams. Real gunners kind of joining that party here. And Sentinels out there in that blue zone with 9 eliminations. Alright, our zone re-shifts. And it's going to be kind of the, again, Camp Alpha area. And Dope Esports are trying to find a good place here to kind of hold up. And then we got quite a few teams that are still out there in the blue zone. Ooh, and Elite Battalions just got eliminated there. We are down to just 10 teams that remain. And Dope Esports definitely has a really good position here. They are on top of the mountain. Nice shots by Havoc. Havoc is repositioning. Hopefully he doesn't fall off this mountaintop here. He is trying to get some good angles that does get a few good hits. Nice shots by Dope. Does get that elimination. Lemmy is down and out. Team of 7. Remember, Moomoo's the last one still stands for Team Remember. Vortex with a MANIC is down out there in that blue zone and is not going to get revived at all. Alright, Sway laying low, trying to get close to Entity here. Looks like Phoenix is down and out. Entity with 7 eliminations. They are a duo team with 4 teams that remain. Only the best. And they're going to be sitting as a team of 3 if they can get this revive. Ace has a really good position up there on top of the hill and is able to see kind of that left side or so of the mountain there. Hunter right above, only the best. Ace has a really good position to be able to see only the best, but not able to see MANIC that is right below him. Now, Win is down. GG's, nicely done. MANIC coming in first with that chicken dinner. Entity coming in second. Only the best coming in third. Dope coming in fourth. Twin coming in fifth. Team Remember coming in sixth. Straight out of Nepal coming in seventh. R2D coming in eighth. After Freedom coming in ninth. Real Gunners coming in 10th. Elite Battalion coming in 11th. Sentinels coming in 12th. Vengeance coming in 14th. TenIQ coming in 15th. Deathwish coming in 16th, Moist coming in 17th, Genesis coming in 18th, and NeverMind coming in 19th. Hunter with with Entity Gaming going all out with 6 defeats, definitely putting some points up there on the board for Entity there. Yusfi with the best companion from the only the best with 2 rescues. Nicely done. GG's to all the teams that played tonight. We will see you again, I will believe, next Wednesday. If not the next, it will be the following week. We shall see. Thank you all for hanging out, tuning into the stream, and supporting the stream and these amazing teams, as they did take on quite a bit of fights and a lot of action tonight. Until next stream, guys, I will see y'all later.